Hey everyone, it's the Pirates of Calamity podcast. And today, Bill and I, or as we promised last week, are going to show you how to make Kief. And I'm going to let Bill have the next few because he's going to explain the process here.
So the way I like to make Kief is use bubble hash bags. We got these brand new Gutenberg Dank Pressing Company pressed to perfection bags. I've never used them. I paid for them. They're not paying me for this. But they were a quality product. When I looked, I was looking specifically for a bag that had cloth side and not that rubber siding that tends to chip and break away the more you beat on them. So it's the same standard bags you get in every kit I've ever bought: a 220, a 120, a 73. I like 73 personally.
Now, there's two kinds of Kief, people. That's the reason why we're talking about this bag. The smallest one is going to produce what's known as golden Kief, and this is the Kief that you like to smoke. And then there's a secondary Kief that's not as pure, and that's what we cook with and make tincture with and things like that. And we'll show you how to do that in later episodes.
Well, I'm gonna start with a 220 bag.
Okay.
Or no, you know what? I don't need to do that. I keep thinking we're making bubble hash, but we're not making bubble hash. When you're making dry ice Kief, you don't need a work bag. You don't need the 220 bag because you're gonna put your material in your bag that you immediately want to keep the product from. So I like the 73 micron bag. So anything that comes through the 73 micron bag, I'm going to smoke personally. So that would be your 45 microns is going to come through here, your 25 microns is going to come through here. So I'll do that first for my smoke, and then what I'll do is I will go up to the 190 bag, and that material will be up for cooking. So we'll start with the good stuff, and then we'll pour it into here, and we'll have basically two batches in one good for cooking and one great for smoking. I've already, go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I was just going to ask you how much marijuana is involved in making this Kief.
I was just going to bring that up. I like to grind up a cupful. This cup holds about 8 ounces of weed. So you can use trim. I happen to have Outdoor from 2 seasons ago, and it's super fire. Well done, Nicole Plank. Love Thy Neighbor Plants. Check her out on Instagram. And already got that. What we're going to do is grind it up. Not very long. But enough that the big buds are broken up and that it's nice and loose, not too fine. If it's too fine, you're going to clog your bag. It's not going to work right.
So about like tobacco?
About like tobacco, yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a good mix. And then I'm going to put this underneath out of the sun because heat degrades trichomes right now. Heat ruins your product. So that's going to go down here out of the way. Then what I need to do is dig into our dry ice down here. I don't know if that's on camera or not.
Probably not, but it will be once you get it up in the bag.
And I'm going to put a good amount. And what do I mean by a good amount? Say handfuls. I've got this nice cube stuff, so I'm doing one. That's 3 handfuls. I'm probably going to do 4 handfuls. I know that's not helpful, but that's probably a pound and a half, 2 pounds. Set it on our tray. Dump our product on it. Let it chill for a minute.
Now the dry ice is so cold that what it's doing is it's literally burning the plant material away from the trichomes. So when we start the sifting process, you're going to start to see the trichomes. And believe me, this is going to make a metric ton of Kief.
Makes quite a bit, yeah. I'm going to let it sit for just another second or two, close up my cooler.
Well, this is where Bill gets beefy, folks, because this involves shaking.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can see me. Pretty, let's check the cameras. Yep, I'm on camera, I look
Yay!
good. We'll need a card to scrape it with. Driver's license works, a bank card works. I've got an older bank card I can use. And it's probably ready. I'm gonna start shaking.
I don't know that you can see from this angle, but it's already starting to build quite a bit. This gets everywhere, folks. The reason why we are outside is that we made Kief indoors. It not only sticks to everything, it gets up in the air, and then you're breathing it in. And breathing in the trichomes is not all that much fun. It's much better to smoke it. The excitement of the shaking, boys and girls. So I'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do next week. We're going to take the Kief that we're making today, and we're going to put it into 190 proof alcohol. And then next week, when we do our show on tincture, we're going to show you how to do tincture. We're going to show you how to do bubble hash. So that's next weekend, and we're going to be taking these trichomes, and like I said, we're going to be making them into tincture. And then our third episode is taking the tincture and turning it to what they call FICO or RSO. It's oil that you can cook with. He's got a pretty good amount right now of the Golden Kief. His arms are bulging because of his giant muscles that he's developed. You know, I hate to be crude, but masturbation will really help you with this.
You're right. I like women better.
Oh, they aren't any good with your hands. You know, there's no movement you want to do like this with a woman.
So how long to do it? We really just started to get the Kief off. Maybe because it's hot out today, hard to say. But the Kief has just started to come out, so your timing may vary. There's no set it and forget it, and then you're going to want to try and not sweat on your hand, which I'm having a hard time preventing.
Yes, so that everybody knows, it's about 91 degrees out right now. We are not in the hottest part of the day, but it's hotter than hell. Doesn't it also take a while for the ice to destroy the plant matter, and that's why it comes out better after a little bit of time? Bill?
Yes, sir.
The longer you do it, the better it works, right?
Well, the longer you do it, the greener it's going to get. And you don't want really green hash. You want blonde hash.
Right.
So I've got a nice layer here now and some that went on the table. So I'm going to start on my second bag. Because I think that's good and blonde. And if I go too much longer, I might be
getting it green.
Turning it green. And when it's green, you've got more plant material in it. That's, it's painfully obvious, but it doesn't smoke as good. If you're trying to avoid smoking a lot of plant material because you have lung conditions or you just aren't a heavy smoker, you just like to tote a little something that tastes good, this is delicious.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly.
And it won't kill your lungs, I don't think. The bag has got quite a bit left in it. Let me beat on that a little bit more here.
Beating on the bag. Remember to beat your bags.
Beat your bags.
Show them no mercy.
Okay, that's probably good enough.
We personally will make them walk the plank.
Right.
R.
Okay.
So is this easier to shake? Look at that's already got a whole ton of Kief.
Yeah. So again, this is a lot more, but this is your better for cooking, better for
tincture.
I mean, you can still smoke it. It's really still very blonde.
Well, to be honest with you, we did do this one time before, and I took the green Kief and I would sprinkle it in my doobies and smoke the gold Kief all by itself because, as we have been saying, this is tasty. This is hash. If you press this with an iron, it will turn into a chunk of hash.
That's a ton.
That is a metric ton. We're looking forward to not shaking the bag anymore because it's really hot out here.
I bought way too much dry ice for this project.
Well, do we need, well, after it's cooled off and we don't need all of this equipment, we can do a bunch more. And then we'll have enough Kief for the tincture and
The rest of our lives.
the rest of
potentially.
our lives. I
have
agree.
a whole bunch more outdoor weight. Ready to go. Okay, so I'm going over here in the corner, and although it's still coming out, it's not like it was. It's not coming out like it was, and it's coming out greener. So I'm done. And although you can repurpose your dry ice, I have so much, I'm just going to dump this. But first, let's show the camera just how much you get off of 8 ounces. Now, there is plant matter in this batch, but you can see, get close to the camera here. It's literally a metric ton of material, and you can still smoke this.
And as you can see, I don't know, I shouldn't say that, but over there on the table, it's pretty keefy.
Yeah,
We-
very keefy. And then this is our very good blonde hash. And as you can see, there's still just a ton of it. And this is the stuff you want to smoke.
So you can see you get quite a bit for you get quite a bit of a bang for your buck. But how much do those bags cost?
These bags were $89 on Amazon, and we'll have a link eventually on the podcast for those specific bags, just because I like them, and then maybe we'll make a little bit of money on them if you guys buy them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And
We're
we
also
appreciate
working. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, and we're also going to try to sell you some T-shirts because even if you don't like, the Pirates of Calamity, the shirt will look cool, and it's always nice to be known as a Pirate of Calamity, even if you're not into it.
There you go.
It's like everybody wears the Misfits shirt.
Right?
Nobody
did.
remembers the band.
Nobody listened to the Misfits, but everybody had their shirt. Like, I
And
don't know
that
any
is
of their
true.
songs.
Well, their
No
lead
offense.
singer was Glenn Danzig, and
Oh,
so
bro.
after he left the Misfits, they stayed a band, but they weren't as,
became-
in my opinion, they weren't as good.
I liked Danzig. Now, Danzig I was familiar with.
Yeah,
Misfits, I don't know their music at all.
actually I like it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a little bit more punky than the stuff that he did with Mother and Twist of Cain.
So that's all there is to this process, folks. You scrape it up, you put it in a bag, and you smoke it, or you cook with it.
Excellent. Well, I think we're going to cut off for this week's podcast, and we'll see you next week, and try to stay out of trouble in the meantime. Bye now.